Okay, let's talk about the Happy Life project and what you can get for your life from this project. Working on this project for 3 to 6 months, you can earn 4,000 Singapore dollars per month or more. Working on this project for 2 to 3 years, you can get 40,000 Singapore dollars per month. And if you will stay for the entire duration of the project of 3 to 5 years, you can retire and enjoy your life free of all concerns. Is this the kind of result you like to have? If you like to have this result, consider this equation that will make all the difference in your life. X equals to Y, where X is action and Y is the result. When we talk about action, we're talking about the economic activity that people engage in. Like most people have a job, some people have a business. So occupation is X, and what do you get? You get an income. And that income will determine your lifestyle. If your income is low, then your quality of life will be low. If your income is high, then you have a chance of having a high quality of life. What is the highest quality of life that you could have or that you would like to have? Have you ever heard of 100% financial freedom? 100% financial freedom means you own your money. You can spend your money without concern. You can do whatever you like with the money that you have. You can have time freedom in this highest quality of life. What is time freedom? 100%. Time freedom 100% doesn't just mean you have free time, but you have free time where you are free of any concern about what's going to happen tomorrow and what's going to be happening in the rest of your life. Free time with no concern. You're going to have health freedom, 100%. Health freedom, 100% is about you being healthy today, being healthy tomorrow, living without fear of disease. And in the event you should encounter any health incident, you will have the power to respond and have the confidence to overcome it. Would you like to have a life like this? A life of no concern about health, time, or money? If you could have this life, this is what we call 100% happy life. How would you be able to achieve a life like that? Let's talk about the why, the result that you need to create to enjoy a life like this. Consider this. You get to earn 40,000 Singapore dollars a month passively. You no longer have to work for the money. The money flows in your account every month. You would have what we call the 100% financial freedom. You will not need to work for anyone or call anybody boss anymore. You will own your time 100%. You will have time to live well, to exercise, to eat your meals at the right time. You have time to take care of your health. And you would have a really healthy life with no concern about health. So this is what you can get if you were earning 40,000 per month passively. But where are most people? Most people are living on 4,000 Singapore dollars a month. And what would that look like in terms of the financial freedom, time freedom, and health freedom index? You would have 10% of what is possible on the financial freedom index. You would have 30% because chances are on 4,000 you're still working, you have your weekends off, you have your sleep time off work. So that's 30%. And chances are you think you are healthy. And if I were to ask you, where do you put your health status today on a scale of 0 to 10? If you're like most people, you say, I'm 8 upon 10. That puts you on 80% health freedom. Well, what is that quality of life? We call this a 40% happy life. Put it in simple terms, it's sometimes happy, and most of the time not. Is this the life that most people live? And is this good enough for you? Let's consider some situations. Let's say you have a job, and your job, you make a lot of money, but you don't have time, and you don't have health. Are you happy? Think about somebody who has a lot of time, but no job, so no money, and probably no health. Would you be happy? What if you have neither money, nor time, nor health? Needless to say, you'll be very unhappy. The happy life is one where you own all three keys to happiness. There's a money, time, and health key. If there was a way to achieve and acquire all these three keys to happiness, wouldn't you want it? When you own these three keys to happiness, you have financial freedom 100%, time freedom 100%, and health freedom 100%. That is the result that you can achieve in the Happy Life Project. That is the 100% happiness that we would love to strive for if only we knew how. Let's talk about what most people are doing. You may have heard of Robert T. Kiyosaki's concept of the cash flow quadrant, in which he said there are 4 ways to make money. You work for people as an employee, you make money. You work for yourself as a self-employed, you make maybe more money. You have a lot of people who work for you in a big business, on the B quadrant, in the cash flow quadrant, and you make a lot of money. Or you have so much money, your money make money for you. That's the investor quadrant. So these are the 4 ways in which people can make money. And they are divided into 2 parts. On the left side of this cash flow quadrant is active income, and on the right side is passive income. Active income is income that you earn if you keep working. And if you stop working, it disappears. That's active income. The E quadrant and the S quadrant people get only active income. They have to keep working to get the income flowing. What about passive income? Passive income is the income that keeps flowing when there is no longer you in the game. You have already stopped working and the income keeps coming in. That is what you get if you have a big business that has a life of its own, that's driven by a system, like a McDonald's kind of business, right? And, well, there are people who have so much money that the money is making money for them, and they can just enjoy their life without any concern. Well, many people would like to be on the right side of money. Would you not want to have passive income if there was a way? Would you not want to own your life instead of have the job own your life? The question is how? The problem with economic life is you need a lot of capital to set up a business. You need a lot of prior knowledge, and you need to buy knowledge to build a business. You need a lot of experience that comes from making a lot of mistakes. You need connections. You need people to tell you how to do. You need some people to bless you with information you don't have. And you better be prepared to take a lot of risks, because setting up a business, you might make money one day, but you better be prepared to lose money for the initial few years. And what if you realize that it will take 20, 30, 40 years to go from the active income side to the passive income side? That's the reason why most people don't even get started and stay stuck on the E quadrant. Now, what if you do not need capital? What if you do not need prior knowledge? And you do not need prior experience? And you do not need to have more connection than the connection you already have? And what if you do not need to take any risk? And what if you can achieve passive income not in 20 to 30 years, but in 2 to 3 years? Would you take that on? That is the opportunity you can have in the Happy Life Project. Let's consider the life cycle. Most people, after they get born, they spend 20 years dependent on their parents, going to school, trying to get a good job, and they start working in their 20s. And they hope to establish themselves by 40, and they hope to enjoy their life for the next 10, 20 years before they finally retire to fully enjoy their life. Question is, at 60, can people really retire to enjoy their life? After 20, 30, 40 years, can people really stop working without concern? That's a big question, right? Do you not know of people who, upon retirement, went about setting up a business only to lose their hard-earned savings? And then they have to get back to a job. How many people you know live a life like that? Now, what if you just need to work 2 to 3 years and you can truly retire? So if you could choose the first or the second, which would you go for? Are you ready to redesign your life? So if you're ready to redesign your life, let's come back to that equation. X equals to Y. X is the action you need to take. Y is the result that you would like to have. So where should we begin from? What should you prioritize, X or Y? Let's begin from the Y. Let's think about the result we would like to have for our life and begin from there. And let's look at what other people have been able to achieve and use that as a reference point for what we're going to do about it. I have here a great lady, a very inspiring person, who just about 10 years ago was a nobody in a little village. Kun Rasa Komban. Today she stands as a crown diamond in Unicity. From a person with a very low economic profile, moving around with people like her, she has achieved big success. She today owns a big house and even has an investment in a hotel with her own name, the Rasa Boutique Hotel. She has more cars than you have number of days in a week. And she has been recently conferred an honorary PhD from an established university in honor of her success in making a difference in the life of many people. We have next Kun Mo Tan. He was a specialist in psychology. He teaches in university. He has 6 different degrees, very highly educated, very cerebral. But he lived a small life and drives a small car. Just about 5 years in the project, he has got for his mom a huge house, and he is one of those who has achieved what we call the Lamborghini standard of success, where the standard issue that we have, that we drive, is the Lamborghini. And we have next a couple from Vietnam, Tom and Irene. Irene, a triple diamond today, used to build a business, a franchise for more than 20 years. And after all of that time, she fell sick. She lost all of her assets. And she even lost her business. And she was feeling really down and did not want to live the old life again. And the Happy Life Project came and transformed her future. In 2.5 years, she's got back everything she lost and more. She lives in a huge mansion, and she too owns more cars than there are days in a week, right? And they include the Rolls Royce, the Lamborghini, the Porsches, and the i8. She got this extraordinary result in just 2.5 years with the Happy Life Project, what she could not get in 24 years before. We have next a businesswoman married to a big businessman, Kun Ning. Chansakon Jen Sutama. She is a double diamond today. She comes from timidity. She was afraid of holding the mic and talking to people. She just wanted to run her business quietly from behind the scenes. But the Happy Life Project transformed her and transformed her results. And today, she owns an S-Class, she drives a Lamborghini, and she has a big life. And her husband does not need to continue to work in his aluminum products factory. They are retired from active income. We have next a gentleman, Kun Pawadon, a government officer in public health, who has had to work part-time in aerobics, making some extra money. And 5 years in the project, he owns his life. He's moved from his little house to a big mansion. He drives all the cool-looking cars that you can imagine. And all this happened in 5 years. These results have been replicated even in Singapore. We have here a man called Lim Eng Hai. He had been in the financial sector for 20 years. But for all the money that he made, he dare not own a big car because he did not see financial security. Today, he drives a Merc. He got his wife a BMW. He got to live back in a nice big condominium that he had always wanted. And he has a good life. And this success has been passed on. We have next a lady called Shalina and her husband called Faisal. Shalina and Faisal were struggling with their life with too little money just about 4 or 5 years ago. And within a 4 to 5 year period, today they live a big life and they drive a Jaguar and they no longer suffer the lack of money or the lack of health. This result is available to people regardless of race, language, religion, and she's a great example of that. We have next a lady called Alice Yim, someone who's afraid to talk to people. Do you know people like that? She'd rather hide behind a computer than engage people in a conversation. But the Happy Life Project transforms people from timidity to courage. And in the short time that she's been with the project, she's gone from not needing a car to having Mercedes SLK as an entry-level motor vehicle. Is that a great result to have? We have next someone married to a business family in Brunei, where there is no office, no product, no company, and no such physical opportunity. But the Happy Life Project can travel across borders. Corinne is today a president in the business, and she achieved a result in 1.5 years. From somebody who would like to have a big life but didn't know how, today she lives a big life, making a difference in the life of many others. We have many people from all over the world going to other countries trying to make a better living. We have here Kun Lada and Kun Som, Thai people who set up a business in Singapore. And after many, many years, they were still struggling. But within 2 to 3 years of the Happy Life Project, they have given up their old business, they've got their family a big house, they now live a big life. And anyone, regardless of where they come from, can achieve this great result of the Happy Life Project. I hope that you have seen something here for yourself and you will want to have this and take it on. Anyone can have the happy life. You will have to choose. Please listen up to the rest of the information that's available for you and make a decision for the rest of your life. Thank you for listening.
In the Happy Life Project, we have a corporate partner. The corporate partner is Unicity. Unicity is a US-based company.